Good evening, everybody. Not so tired tonight, although it's been a busy day. Been out with Elaine's place, waiting for electricians to turn up, and been to the supermarket and found my favourite coffee on special, Starbucks Americano for my Dolce Gusto machine, like $7.50, which is nearly $2.50 cheaper. Yay. And doing work. Hi, Angelica. How are you today? I had a bit of a grizzle at someone today, like face-to-face grizzle. Bit surprised at myself. I know I can be a bit of a staunch bitch sometimes, but I was a little over the top. Maybe not. So standing in the coffee line, and a woman didn't have her mask on. And I thought, well, perhaps she's got asthma or something. So I very kindly said, oh, you don't have your mask on, inviting her to say, I'm exempt, or I have asthma, or whatever. And she said, I don't have to have one. We're outside. And I said, we may be outside, but we're in front of a coffee place, and you're less than 2 meters away from the lady behind the counter, and she has her mask on, and I'm stepping back, so I'm not close to you, but you don't have your mask on and I have mine on. You know, you should have your mask on. And then I said something a bit cruel. I was a wee bit cruel. I said to her, well, as you know, the Prime Minister has said that people over 65 should take more care and wear their masks and take more care of themselves. So I implied that she was over 65. I don't think she liked that very much, and really I don't care. I really don't care, because, you know what, if we get 90% of us, immunised, no more lockdown. And sure, some of you don't agree with it, and some of you think, there's different things, and it's taking away freedom of choice and all the rest of it. But fuck, we don't have much freedom now, do we? We go into lockdown every time there's a few people, whereas if we were all vaccinated, we would have freedom. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Or is it, catch-22 for anti-vaxxers? They say, oh, but you're taking away our freedom to be vaccinated. Sure. But it's also taking away our freedom to live freely. And I'm not, been trying very hard not to join the fight. But whether you believe it or not, I think you should fucking get it. Because then let's just go with it. Let's just all get vaccinated and let's see what happens. There, I said it. Right. I hope you've all had a good day. I did have an even better day because I had the best chicken sandwich ever, with fresh crusty bread and a fresh roasted chicken with coleslaw. Oh. Anyway, food is on my head. I don't know what's the matter with me. I have been so fucking hungry the last couple of days. And I haven't been like that for a very long time. And I had this big lunch of chicken. And then tonight I had lemon yogurt with granola for dinner. And I'm thinking, oh, yum, yum. What can I have next after the broadcast? So anyway, I don't know who's on there. We've got 3. And Phyllis is going to meet the devil tonight. So whoever's not booking in is missing out. How you been, Angelica? Have you been behaving yourself, mate? I hope so. What's it like over there at the moment? Pretty good? I sometimes miss Australia. I don't miss the spiders. I don't miss the snakes. I don't miss the heat. But there's something a little bit magical about Australia, isn't there? I guess it's the same as New Zealand. There's something quite magical about our country as well. Hi, Lou. There you go. See, we were waiting for you. I was just blithering on, as one does. So, here we go. And we're going to do Tuesday Tarot today as well, because it's nearly Friday. Hi Louise, how are you? So Phyllis is going down the road. She's living life. She's been pretty good since we last talked to her. You know, since we last checked in on our Phyllis. She's had her COVID vaccine. She's been very good. She's been enjoying her job. She's been offered to Theo, just get organised yourself, mate. There you go. Tell him his Auntie Jackie says, get to bed. No, he's cute. So anyway, Phyllis is enjoying her job and she decides to go out for the evening and just for a walk. She can't go anywhere because we're level 3, but she thought, you know what, I'll just go for a walk around the township. So she wanders up the road and she's got her earbuds in and she's listening to her music, you know, and there's this beautiful man in front of her. And she looks at him and he looks at her. And he's in front of a door. And she sort of looks at him and he goes, do you want to come in? She goes, you're the devil. He goes, that's it, I am. She says, I've heard about you in my travels. Right from when I first went to the psychic fair, I heard about you. I knew that I would meet you at some stage or other, but I'm prepared for you. And he goes, are you really? And she goes, yes, I've learned that, you know, you cannot base your life around material things, and you have to sort of have a balance. And he said, that's exactly right. She said, and I am, you know, whatever you've got to show me down that door, I will not be tempted. He said, really? And she goes, really? You cannot tempt me. Not one bit. And there's music playing in the background. Now, the music playing is actually one of my favourite songs, tunes, whatever you like to call it, of all time. And some of you may be surprised at this, but one of my favourite ones is The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And the reason I love that song too is my mother-in-law took me to see Charlie Pride many, many years ago. And he had a fiddle player and this guy was doing this particular song. And it was absolutely so amazing. So anyway, Phyllis is standing there talking to the devil and the music's going off in the background. You know, the devil went down to Georgia. And they're having this conversation. And he said, well, have a peek through the door. And she goes, no, get thee behind me. And he said, what? And she's going, that's what it says in the Bible, you know, get thee behind me. He went, oh, for goodness sake, Phyllis, come on. You know, we're a bit more modern. And he steps out into the into the light, and he's got on beautiful black leather pants and a beautiful white shirt, and his hair's long and gorgeous. And he says, look, I've even got coloured contacts in, you know, it's not get thee behind me, Satan. He says, you know, she goes, no, there's nothing down there that you can tempt me with. And he said, really? She goes, really? There's nothing. He said, not even all of the most beautiful fabric in the world and the best sewing machine ever with unlimited cotton, and you never have to change the bobbin. And she looked, she said, stop it, you can't do that. He said, I didn't do anything. He said, I have everything down there to tempt you with. And he said, you know, I know you like jewellery. And she goes, yes. And he said, well, there's a beautiful black diamond ring down there. Can I tempt you with that? And she goes, no, you can't tempt me with anything. You can't tempt me with fabric and a brilliant fuck-off sewing machine. You can't tempt me with a black diamond ring. No. He said, how about the best ice cream you've ever tasted? What flavour would you... She said, well, if there was like a salted caramel with butterscotch fudge. He said, it's yours. Just come in my door. Just come in the door. He said, and she says, no, I'm not going to be tempted. I'm not. And he said, just indulge me. Just come in for the sake of seeing it. He said, how can you judge everything you've ever done? How can you judge any temptation until you've actually come in and seen it for yourself? How can you judge me? How can you say, Satan, get behind me, I'm not being tempted by you, when you haven't even seen what's in my bargain basement here? She said, bargain basement? He said, well, it's a converted basement. Very cool. So she goes, all right, but I'm not going to be tempted. And he goes, no. Don't have to be. Come down the steps. So secretly, Phyllis is thinking, I wonder if he really does have a machine that you don't have to change the bobbin and all the most beautiful fabrics in the world. And I wonder if he does have a gorgeous black diamond ring down there. And she's thinking to herself, and she's going down the stairs, and they're sort of like concrete painted black stairs. So, you know, the ambience is there, you know, the black walls and the flames, the candles with all the flames going. And she said, oh, it's a bit hell-like. He said, oh yeah, well, I have to do that for the punters, you know. He said, I have to do that for the people, you know, who expect it. And she said, okay. So they come to this sort of area, and she steps onto it, and it's a balcony. And he said, come on, come closer. So she goes to the, you know, what do they have? A balustrade on the balcony. So she goes to the balustrade, and he says, look. And there's thousands, millions of people. She said, how do you fit them all in here? He said, oh, look at that. It's a time-space management thing, he said. But look, there's everything here you could possibly imagine. All of these people have been, you know, have their dreams and wishes right there. She said, yeah, but I know that we can't, you know, live in the material. We can't indulge in our temptations just when we feel like it. And she said, look at all these poor people. He said, hang on a minute. And she said, well, what do you mean? He said, poor people. She said, well, yes, look at them. There's drug addicts. There's money addicts. There's people there just so focused on their own egos. There's you know, millions of people down here. And they're all in their addictions. They're all indulging themselves. They've given into all of this temptation. You know, look at what you're doing to them. He says, oh, no. Not what am I doing to them. These people can leave at any time. And she looks at him. He says, look down there. See the double doors and the man on the door? If any of these people want to leave, they can leave at any time. These people are here at their own choice. Which gave her food for thought. She said, you mean they're addicted by their own? She said, anyone can leave whenever they want. At the end of the day, if someone gives into temptation or so-called temptation, if someone takes that drug, smokes that cigarette, eats 20 pounds of potato chips and cream cakes, if someone is egotistical and is cruel and a bit of a megalomaniac, and look at that guy over there, he's sitting on piles and piles of gold. That's his thing, piles and piles of gold. He loves gold. He said, that's their choice. They've chosen that. And she sort of has a bit of a double take. The door's open. She thinks, well, actually, yeah, they can leave. And she looks at things with a different point of view. He said, you're seeing what I'm saying now? She said, yeah, you tempt them maybe, or they are tempted, but it's their choice. And he said, exactly. And he said, you don't have to give in or deny yourself at any particular time. He said, sometimes it's about looking at what you're being tempted with and giving it some thought. He said, now you might have been tempted by that machine. She said, oh, I was really tempted by that machine. He said, and how bad would that be for you to have a sewing machine and fabric that did all of those things? You know, it could help you in your work. It would give you joy. It would give you passion. How can that be so bad? How can that be as bad as an addiction or as bad as greed? And she goes, well, no, I suppose you're right. And he said, so there you go. He said, this is what I'm trying to tell you. He said, yes, I'm the devil. But you have a choice. And you can come and you can be tempted, but you don't have to give in to temptation. And sometimes it's okay to give in to temptation. It's all a matter of thinking about it and balance. And she said, this word balance really is a bit of a pain in the ass through this particular journey. He goes, I know. He said, I've been through it all too. She said, have you? And he goes, yep. He says, I've been where you've been, so I understand. So what she's learned from the devil is people around her who give in, who are in addictions, or who have bad habits, or who are greedy, jealous, all of those things, they have a choice. And we have a choice. We have a choice not to be greedy. We have a choice not to be negative. We have a choice to break a habit. We can do it. We just have to walk out that door. And of course, there's many layers to all of it. But Phyllis is starting to think, well, perhaps the devil's not so bad after all. And he is a bit hot. But he picks up, he says, no, I'm sorry, Phyllis, no. She goes, oh, but I thought you were tempting me. And he goes, no, Phyllis, no. Sorry, love, you can't tempt me. And she goes, okay. And she smiles at him and he smiles at her. And he escorts her back up the steps. And as they're going back up the steps, a guy is coming down the steps and he goes, oh, devil, have you got what I asked you for last week? And the devil goes, absolutely, Bruce, absolutely. Go down and see George out the back and he'll have you sorted. And Phyllis laughed and she said, I'm not going to ask. And the devil said, no, he's been tempted. And he's chosen to indulge that temptation. And it's his choice. And so you see, it's our choice. So I hope you enjoyed that little story about Phyllis and the devil. And do play that music, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Now, would you like Tuesday Tarot before the weekend? Because I probably won't be online tomorrow night. We'll probably leave it until Monday because I've got a huge day tomorrow. So A, B or C? We're doing Wisdom of Oracles tonight. Wisdom of Oracle, A, B or C? What are we going to do? I'm hungry. God, I almost feel pregnant. And I can't possibly be. So it's not that. Why do I feel so hungry? Crazy. Crazy. And I've got this real thirst for sour. So I've got grapefruit, pink grapefruit cordial and tonic water. And a friend of mine said it makes a delicious drink that you mix, you know, a splash of the cordial with the tonic water. And it makes a really beautiful drink. Hi, Kevin. Good on you, mate. Glad to see a Kiwi in Australia. So he's chosen C. Okay, right, here we go. Mozzarella sticks. What are those? Oh, those are things you deep fry and they go all mushy. Oh, yum. Okay, here we go. And we've got the Oracle deck, which is beautiful. So you've chosen A. Oh, hi, Paris. God, it's Australia night, isn't it? The Australians are outnumbering us. I'm just having a little shuffle, getting everything sorted here. Oh, new life. If you've chosen A, new life, new beginnings, which is brilliant for the fact that we're just coming off full moon and we're just coming off spring equinox. Well, it's spring equinox today. I said it was yesterday. You know, it's betwixt and between. It's sort of, as long as we get it right, somewhere in the middle. So there we go. So here we go. A new life, new beginnings. A new life can be a change of pace. Mind you, us Aucklanders are getting into a new life because we're in level 3. Although I did try and order pizza, but they're so booked out last night that I think I'll have to wait a few weeks. New life could be new job, new energies. Now, if you've chosen B, look, you're just going round and round in fucking circles, so give up. What that means is there's obviously a situation or something's happening and it's just going round and round and you're feeling as if you're not getting anywhere. So the message is, while you're, instead of just going round and round and round, just stop, because it will catch up with you eventually and there will be a solution and it will work out all right. But stop. Don't go round and round. If everything's going a bit crazy and going round in circles, stop. And see, regeneration. Regenerate your energies. You know, and that sounds a bit cliche. Regeneration is also about regenerating your life. It's almost like new life, but it's saying all the things that you love in your life, regenerate them. You know, get a fire under your ass. Do something really amazing that just regenerates you. Have a face pack, even if you're a bloke. Go and have a what is it blokes do? They go and have one of those steam baths and you have one of those beautiful shaves and they put the hot towel around you. Regenerate your skin. Fast for a day and regenerate your body, or just, you know, regenerate things that you love to do and things that you haven't done for a long time. It's time to sort of kickstart and really get into stuff. And the bonus card is flexible. Oh God, I think that's one thing we all have to be, isn't it? We've all got to be flexible at the moment. We've all got to be a little bit flexible with people and be kind, not like me this morning, although I was reasonably polite, I thought. We do have to be flexible. We do have to understand that some people don't think the same. And again, I did put my hat in the ring tonight on here and say I think we should all get vaccinated. I am pro-vaccination, so there you go. It's out there. It doesn't mean I'm going to fight anyone about it or try and convince you. And you couldn't convince me the opposite anyway. But it means let's be flexible. You know, many of our friends may be anti-vaxxers and not keen, and we've just got to suck it up. Same as they've got to suck it up about us. So there you go. Be flexible with your time. You know, make sure you're spending your time doing stuff that you want to do, not what everyone else wants you to do. So let's do a little recap. If you chose A, new life, new beginnings. Now the thing is, this could also be, because see the egg, pregnancy. Okay? Pregnancy. So if you are of an age and of an inclination, could get preggy. Perfect. New life. But basically it means starting a new life, starting a new cycle, a new phase. If you chose B, if life is going round and round and round, just stop. Let everyone else go round and round. Let everyone else waste all their energy, because you know at the end of the day, everything will work out exactly as it should. And don't allow other people to drag you round and round. You know, just go, hey people, you can go off and do that. But I'm actually just going to sit here and wait for life to catch up with me. Because life will catch up with us. And if you chose C, go regenerate. You know, have a beautiful bath. Go for a swim in the ocean. Although over there in Oz you got more sharks than we've got. And it's a tad cold here for those of us who are here. Regeneration, it's about regenerating thoughts, regenerating intellect, you know, just giving yourself a bit of a kick up the bum. And for all of us, let's just be a little flexible at the moment. Flexible in our thoughts, in our words, how we treat people. Mind you, if someone treats you like shit, then you just turn around and be a bitch back. You know, I really do, you know, we're told to be kind. Yep, I'll be kind. But if someone's not kind to me or not kind to one of my family, look out. Or a friend, you know, just look out. I'll have your guts for garters. Absolutely. So there we go. We will bring Phyllis back on Monday. And the reason I'm leaving her till Monday, because she's got a lot of work to do over the weekend, because she meets the lovers on Monday. Okay, we could do the lovers tomorrow, but she needs a little bit of time and space to sort of get over the devil and to get herself ready to meet the lovers. She's going to need to go and get a haircut. She might have to visit Angie there and go and get a Brazilian wax and all the rest of it, except it's level 3. So she can't do that, unfortunately. So she's not going to be groomed particularly. So that gives you something to look forward to, doesn't it? Really good to see you guys. Lovely to see everyone from Oz and New Zealand. And a special good night to Kevin over there. And see you over the other side of the weekend. Let's see what the weekend brings. Yes, you can laugh, Angie. Wait till level 2 comes and everyone wants their waxes and all the rest of it. You'll be up to your ear holes in wax and pubes, my love. Okay, bye.